Number 10. Who do you believe is the most overrated wrestler of all time? I would definitely have to say either the Great Khali or maybe, maybe John Cena, but I don't want to bash him too much. Well, number 11. Which wrestler has the most charisma, talent, and ability in your years of watching wrestling? That's a tough one. I would probably have to say Owen Hart was pretty good. He was like Bret Hart, except he actually had charisma and stuff, but sadly, he didn't have a very long career in wrestling as it was cut short by his death in mid 1999. Number 12. Who in your eyes is the greatest wrestling promoter? That is very easy. 2 words. Paul Heyman. The owner of ECW, he came up with great storylines. I don't think he screwed up once at all, and that is saying a lot. Number 13. Who was best when it came to promos? Definitely The Rock, mainly because he could keep you interested and you would like never be bored at all. And he was charismatic as hell. Who was the worst when it came to promos? Probably Great Khali, of course, because he can't speak English. But for the English-speaking wrestlers, I'd have to say Bret Hart. Bell to bell, he was one of the best, but he wasn't very good in promos. Uh, who was the who was the best big man in the wrestling business? Andre the Giant. I believe he needs no explanation. Number 15, 16, excuse me, who was the best cruiserweight in wrestling? Gregory Helms. He's had like 3 different personas when he was in the cruiserweight competition, but he is a damn good wrestler and he's pretty good at promos. I like him a lot. And I hope the WWE gives him at least one more title run. Although right now he's a backstage interviewer on ECW. Who is the greatest heavyweight champion of all time? Jeez. That is a tough one. Greatest heavyweight champion of all time. I would probably guess Ric Flair, but he didn't have very long, title reigns. Most of them were pretty darn short. So if I were to base them off their popularity and length of title reigns and or number of title reigns, I would probably have to say, during their title run as champion, I would have to say Bret Hart. He held the WWE Championship 5 times, and which tied Hulk Hogan's record at the time, and pretty much it remained unbroken until February 2001 when The Rock won the belt a 6th time. He held it about 5 times and held it for a total of 654 days. Only 5 other men have held the belt longer than he has, and they are John Cena, Pedro Morales, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, and Bruno Sammartino. Anyway, number 18, out of all the veterans in wrestling right now, who should just go home? Road Dogg's one of them, although I think he pretty much is. Uh, Scott Steiner and Kevin Nash, definitely. Triple H is taking a break right now, so I probably shouldn't mention him. And for 19, if they could bring back any pay-per-view, which one would it be? Please bring back the King of the Ring, WWE. The tournament has little or no value by itself. It should take place on a pay-per-view once again. Get rid of the Night of Champions. It was a good idea the first time, but now it's just going to get boring seeing pay-per-view where all the belts are on the line again. It's just going to get stale fast, in my opinion. So please bring back the King of the Ring, let's place. And number 20, what are some of your favorite matches of all time? The Rock vs. Stone Cold Steve Austin in a no disqualification match at WrestleMania 17. Awesome match, that's all I can say. The Pitbulls vs. Raven and Stevie Richards on an episode of ECW. It came with the Rise and Fall of ECW set. Pretty damn good 2 out of 3 falls table tag team match. The 3-way dance at ECW One Night Stand 2005 with Super Crazy versus Tajiri versus Nunzio. And the big brawl at the end was pretty good. there was that one match, Triple H versus Randy Orton in the Last Man Standing match at No Mercy 2007. I'm not a big Triple H fan, and he and Orton don't get along very well in matches, but that match is pretty freaking good, and I saw it live, and it was wow. Ric Flair versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 24 was pretty good, but as for a technical wrestling match, it wasn't that great. Bret Hart versus Chris Benoit in an episode of WCW Thunder, I think it was, and the Owen Hart tribute match was very good, and that's all I can think of right now. I'll probably be able to think more of later, and I could have mentioned more for who are some of my favorite wrestlers of all time, but I don't want to keep this video from, because if I would say that, it would probably go on for way too long, and that's it, guys. See you later.